Oh my God, Mitch, I'm sorry. I was just so surprised to see you standing there.
Not as surprised as I was.
Baywatch Podcast. The loving and friendly Baywatching Podcast. Baywatch Podcast. The loving and friendly Baywatching Podcast.
It's basically running down the beach in a bathing suit with beautiful women, saving lives in the ocean.
Hey guys, welcome to our first episode of our first season of the Baywatching Podcast, Season 2. I'm Janet Von Etten.
And I'm Jeremine Togglelight.
Hey Jeremine.
Yes, Janet?
Who the heck are we?
That's a great question, Janet. Well, I'm Jeremine. I'm a critic of bygone shows for the weekly print edition of Gawker Media. I love spelunking, or caving to the layman. I've never watched an episode of Baywatch until now. I'm diving in fresh. And I'm hoping to propose soon. I'm a caveman looking for love. Now, who are you, Janet?
Well, thanks for asking, Jeremine. I'm Janet Von Etten, at Janet Von Etten on Instagram. I'm a former assistant to the assistant director on a few episodes of Baywatch Nights. I, too, love spelunking. I've seen a few episodes of Baywatch Nights, and I'm curious about your proposal, Jeremine. How come you've never mentioned it on all of our long spelunks together?
Well, I try not to get too personal in the caves, you know. It's professional.
Yeah, you're right. And we're here to develop a parasocial relationship with you all, our listeners.
That's right. All while we take in Baywatch Season 2, of course.
That's right. And we want our parasocial relationship to be rewarding and fun.
We won't be yelling or screaming about water or whatever.
Right. Yeah, we're just two easygoing folks trying to live our lives and find love while we watch Baywatch Season 2.
And we want to do it all in front of you.
But wait, Jeremine. It feels like we're leaving something unsaid. It's Season 2. Things, they're different. New faces, new feelings.
You're right, Janet. Let's talk about the cancellation. You see, Baywatch was canceled after Season 1 and was brought back thanks to David Hasselhoff as the executive producer. Due to it being wildly popular overseas, the world demanded Baywatch and America provided. It was released in first-run syndication and brought back shortly thereafter.
Right, and you may notice some new faces, like water monsters.
You know what isn't monstrous and scary, Janet?
What's that, Jeremine?
Those lovely advertisements that support bringing you and I to our wonderful audience.
Drinking water is essential to your health. That's why you need to drink plenty of water to keep you hydrated throughout the day. Unlike power drinks or soft drinks, water is truly the only drink that can quench your thirst. It's an easy, refreshing way to keep your body healthy and strong. Freshen up today with a brisk, cool bottle of water.
Whew, I'm getting thirsty.
Well, maybe afterwards you and I could go grab some water together.
Jeremine, we've got to get on with Baywatch. Plus, we have to train for the Spelunker's Spelunk in a few weeks. We can't just dive in without the proper training.
So true, Janet. So smart. Let's dive into Baywatch then.
Nightmare Bay, Part 1.
So, we start the show off with some underwater photographers who are diving into a cave.
Oh no, they spot something menacing in the water. Could it be a monster?
It could be. One photographer is sucked into the cave and appears to be killed by some kind of creature, a monster. The other diver escapes.
This is why we spelunk in dry caves, right, Jeremine?
That's right. I don't want to die. I want to stay around spelunking with you for a long time, Janet. Just think of it. You, me, deep dark pit with only one way out and enough clamps, crampons, and bungee cord to make it seem like we're running distribution for a sports chalet. I'm getting distracted. Mitch saves the underwater photographer who escaped, and we'll call her Linda.
Right. The whole affair and word of a monster in the bay create quite a stir. All this is exaggerated when Mitch sarcastically tells a reporter there must be a mutant giant squid in the bay.
Damn lying media. Reporter publishes Mitch's quote as a story, and now the whole community of Baywatch, California is worried about a mysterious creature in the water. But not everyone is caught afeared. Harvey Miller, our beloved comic relief lifeguard from Season 1, has turned the scare into an opportunity to sell his own line of mutant squid monster t-shirts.
In honor of these silly t-shirts, we decided to do a shirt run of our own. If you give us a good review at Janet Von Etten on Instagram and send us a message, then we will send you a free Baywatching podcast. There's Monsters in the Water t-shirt to show our love.
Please do. We really appreciate all your love and support, faithful Baywatchers.
And speaking of support, thankfully, our beloved lifeguard Shawnee was there to support the life of a young girl who was almost lost at sea.
That's right. She warned her brother to stop tagging on the rocks, and then she fell in herself. Shawnee, of course, saves the day, but much to Eddie's chagrin, Shawnee wants to save a lot more than one life. She wants to save the whole family.
Yeah, the young girl she saves lives with her mom and her brother in the poor part of town.
Oh, no.
That's right, Jeremine. But not to worry. Shawnee enters them into the water club so they can learn water safety for a few hours a week, and now all of their troubles in relation to the systematically oppressive environment are just gone.
I love the magic of TV.
It's almost as potent as the magic of spelunking.
Or the magic of love. Excuse me.
Jeremine.
Thick one.
Anyway, that's not all Shawnee has to deal with.
That's right. Her rich daddy disapproves of this lifeguard job.
He also disapproves of her, super hot boyfriend, Eddie. I mean, she could live at home in a mansion rent-free. She could have any suitor she wants, but she's called to save lives and date Eddie.
And her daddy finally realizes this when he sees her helping the family of the girl she saved earlier in that very episode.
It's a wholesome episode, but there's some tension. Will Captain Thorpe leave us for good to become a paper pusher at head office?
Will Mitch accept a higher paying job and become captain himself so that he can pay for Hobie's hockey gear?
Will the Baywatching team get the new boats they so desperately need, the Scarabs? Find out next week on...
Wait, Janet.
Yeah?
Will you please not end this podcast without mentioning the Monkster?
Oh, duh, Jeremine. Yes, I will. Will the Baywatching crew be safe from the monster that resides in Nightmare Bay? Find out next week, Baywatchers.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember to please follow us on the Twitters and Instagrams.
And review us for your free t-shirts. We love you, listeners.
I love you too, Jen listeners. We'll see you next week for Nightmare Bay, Part 2. And don't forget to follow me on the Instagram, posting the dirt of the day at Jeremine Togglelight. That's it? Yep. Is that? Okay. Me?
Okay.